What's up, vinyl community? Welcome back to Dad's on a Budget Vinyl. My name is Mark. I appreciate you hanging out today. Jonathan, the cheap and cheerful record collector, has given us another vinyl tag 2024, the blues vinyl tag. I love it. I love these. I mean, it just gives us an opportunity to talk about records that we maybe don't show as often. And I love it. And I love your channel. I love the cheap and cheerful record collector and Dad's on a budget vinyl. Wow, we've got some stuff in common, right? So, as usual, we've got 20 questions, 20 items, as it were. So, let's get started. Number one, favorite blues album bought in 2023. Well, I don't buy a lot of blues records anymore. I just don't. I buy other stuff these days. But I did need a new copy of this. This is Robert Johnson's King of the Delta Blues Singers. Everybody knows this record. Mine was pretty beat up. I needed a new one. This is a fantastic repress. I love it. Robert Johnson, everybody knows the Robert Johnson story, so I'm not going to bore us to tears with that. But this is a wonderful record. And definitely my favorite blues record purchased in 2023. Robert Johnson, King of the Delta Blues Singers, baby. Blues compilation. Man, I got to go with Sam Charters. Sam Charters, if you're into the blues, you know Sam Charters, blues acolyte, archivist, gatherer of songs. This is the Rural Blues. This came out on RBF Records. About 1960, I guess, and it's a wonderful collection. It is to the blues, really what kind of the Harry Smith anthology is to folk and blues and bluegrass and mountain music and whatnot. But this has got Will Shade, Hambone Willie, Robert Johnson, Furry Lewis, Sleepy John Estes, Little Son Jackson, Lightning Hopkins, Blind Boy Fuller, Arthur Crudup. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. This is a wonderful package. It's a 4-record set. Came out in 1960. The Rural Blues, Sam Charters. Followed it up. Got to show this one real quick as well. This is Blues Roots, Mississippi. This one's a little bit more obscure. It's got Tommy Johnson, Joe Williams, Bo Carter, Robert Johnson, Sonny Boy Williamson. But I love that cover. I love that. Anything Sam Charters was associated with is just good stuff. And this is one that I know I'm cheating here. I'm showing 3 for 1, but this is one that Jonathan also showed. This is the Great Bluesman comp on Vanguard Records, and I just wanted to show you guys that cover up close and personal. I love collage, and I love that cover. It's just everything blues, but this says it's killer. Homesick James, John Lee Hooker, Sleepy John Estes, Muddy Waters, Jesse Fuller, Nance Lipcomb, Reverend Gary Davis. I mean, it's just a killer blues comp. And there are so many killer blues comps. We'll get more to that here in a minute. All right, so female blues artist. Man, I gotta go. I mean, I can't help but think of the blues when I hear her sing. Billie Holiday. What a wonderful voice. There's a sad, melancholy lilt to every. I mean, even a song like Jeepers Creepers has got some sadness in it. But this is a wonderful comp on Verve Records from the Billy movie, and this has got original recordings and film music. But My Man, I Loves You Porgy, Strange Fruit, Hopping Around, Now or Never, fantastic, and I love that album cover. Love that. All right, what's up? White Boy Blues. So, gosh, man, so many people you could go with. I'm going with John Mayall. Not the best singer, not the best organ player, but really just such a purveyor of young talent, and like a big brother that would wrap his arms around these younger musicians and let them shine. You've got Peter Green and John McVie and Mick Fleetwood of Fleetwood Mac all came through the Blues Breakers. Eric Clapton and Jack Bruce both came through the Blues Breakers. Mick Taylor came through the Blues Breakers. Ainsley Dunsbar. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. And those cats all left, of course, to go to bigger and better things. This album came out. This is a live set. Came out in 1970, 69, 70. This is right after Mick Taylor had left the band, but this is a wonderful little slice of live white boy blues. John Mayall, good stuff. Let's see. Next, we've got recorded or pressed outside the U.S. I don't have one of those. But I don't want to take an egg, so I got to show something, right? So I'm going to show another wonderful blues comp. This is a taste of Bluesway. And Bluesway is another wonderful label, subsidiary of ABC Dunhill. This has Ray Charles, Jimmy Witherspoon, Charles Brown, Jimmy Reed, Brownie McGee and Sonny Terry, B.B. King, John Lee Hooker, T-Bone Walker, Jimmy Rushing. I mean, it's a fantastic comp, fantastic cover. Love it. All right, next we would have duet. Well, I got to go Sonny Terry and Brownie McGee. This is a fantastic record. This came out on A&M Paradise, 1973. Towards the end of their career, Joe Boyd has several stories about Sonny Terry and Brownie McGee in his White Bicycle book. About trying to keep up with those two on tour. And I'm telling you, man, you know, they got a bottle and it was all over but the crime. But this is a wonderful record. Sounds fantastic to this day. And got a couple of guest appearances. Arlo Guthrie's on it. John Hammond's on it. Oh, John Mayall's on it. And Sugarcane Harris. But this is a fantastic record. And I'm sure most of you are familiar with it. Sonny Terry, Brownie McGee. Next up, we got to do a trio. So on Checker Records, we got Bo Diddley, Muddy Waters, and Howlin' Wolf, baby, the super blues band. Long Distance Call, Ooh, Baby, and Wreckin' My Love Life. Sweet Little Angel, Spoonful, Diddly Daddy, The Red Rooster Going Down Slow. This is great. It's probably not as good as it could have been. But gosh, with those three cats, I mean, it's gotta be good, right? Checker Records, I love it. Super blues band. Earliest recordings. Well, I'm gonna go with this Lead Belly. This is his last sessions. This is Folkways Records. This is Volume 2. This came out in 1953, I believe. The music was recorded in 1948. But Lead Belly, fantastic. Folkways Records, always wonderful packages. If you see one of these, snag them. They sound wonderful, and you know, after 65 years, this thing is still in good condition. But this is classic Lead Belly, just really good stuff. Let's see, and I've got stuff that's older than this, but most of it's on CD, and I just wanted to show this because I love that cover. I love the packaging. I just think it's really cool. All right, what's up? 2023. Well, the record that I bought in 2023 that came out in 2023, I got to go with what several of you guys also went with. This is Get On Board, Ry Cooder, Taj Mahal. I am all in with Ry Cooder and Taj Mahal. And of course, their association goes all the way back to the mid-60s with the Rising Suns. But I've got a ton of both of their records, more Ry than Taj. He's got Taj Mahal has a wonderful record called An Acoustic Evening with Taj Mahal. That's a great live album. But anyway, this is a replication, I guess, of the Sonny Terry Brownie McGee record of the same name, Get On Board, featuring all of their songs. This is wonderful. It's got Joaquin Cooder doing percussion, Ry's son. Definitely my favorite blues record that came out in 2023. All right, the next one is a 7 or 10 inch. All of my 7 or 10 inches, well, 7 inches are all rock and roll, 10 inches are all jazz. So we're going to go with another comp. This one is The Story of the Blues. This one came out on Columbia. I think they did a really good job with this. I love the cover. But they did, you've got Fry Tribesman, you've got Mississippi John Hurt, Blind Willie McTell, Charlie Patton, Blind Lemon Jefferson, Lead Belly, Texas Alexander, Peg Leg Howell. And that's all side one, disc one. So this is a 2-record comp. Fantastic. It's broken down into the origin of the blues, blues and entertainment, which is going to feature people like Barbecue Bob and the Mississippi Juke Band and Bessie Smith. Then you've got side 3, which is the 30s urban and rural blues. And then you've got side 4, which would be World War II and after. And that's got stuff by Brownie McGee Solo, Big Bill Brunsey, Joe Turner, Elmore James. Anyway, just a fantastic comp. All right, next up, harmonica. I got to go with Little Walter. Isn't it crazy? All of my Little Walter records are cutouts. But anyway, this is Hate to See You Go. This is Chess Records, 1963, I guess. I grabbed this one because I love the cover. But Little Walter, man, I mean, Little Walter, was to the harmonica what Hendrix was to the guitar. I mean, he plugged that thing in. The work that he did with Muddy Waters and his solo stuff is just absolutely fantastic. This is a great one. It's got Nobody But You, My Baby Sweeter, Roller Coaster, Ooh Baby, Take Me Back, Everything Gonna Be All Right. It's just a fantastic Little Walter favorite harmonica. All right, blues vocalist, man, John Lee Hooker, the Gravel, the Authority. I would imagine, I mean, just the voice of Moses, man, John Lee Hooker, the real blues. I love it. What more can I say? So many good blues vocalists. So many of them are instantly recognizable, but John Lee Hooker's the one for me. And all the way up through, as late as The Healer, I think came out in 87, 88, with features Carlos Santana. Still had it. But this is a fantastic record, and it's got Dimples, Onions, Good Rockin' Mama, Boom Boom, John Lee Hooker, fantastic vocalist. All right, next up, we're going to have electric blues guitar. I'm going Lightnin' Hopkins. I mean, so many we could have gone with. Any one of the Kings, right? Albert, Freddie, BB. I mean, but Lightnin' Hopkins, vocally, guitar-wise, delivery, the whole 9 yards. He's the real deal, and I love him. Love the way he plays. Not, extremely technically proficient. It doesn't matter. The feeling's all there. It's just great, great stuff. And this is the best of Lightnin' Hopkins. Came out on the Everest label. Always good stuff. Obscure. So I got to go with Bring Me Another Half a Pint. This is harmonica bands, Chicago harmonica blues bands, definitely obscure. Kansas City Red and his House Rockers, Easy Baby and his band, Nate Armstrong, Sonny Boy McGee and his Down Home Boys, Earl Payton and his Blues Cats. How about Billy Branch and his Treetop Band? But this is a wonderful record, wonderful comp. I love the cover. My father-in-law gave me this record when I went to go put it in Discogs. High-end was about $300, and it's because not only is it obscure and it's a great record musically, but that cover was done by R. Crumb, and so it's become a little bit more of a collectible, but it is definitely obscure. Bring Me Another Half a Pint. That's on Barrel House, the Barrel House record company. All right, folk blues. I got to go Mississippi Fred McDowell. Also on Everest Records. This is a great comp. They did a ton of these with that same font and layout and these watercolors. They're all fantastic. I heard Mississippi Fred McDowell do Jesus on the Main Line, and I was hooked, man. I just love his delivery. I think he's fantastic, and this is a fantastic comp. What's the Matter with Papa's Little Angel Girl? Levy Camp Blues, Got to Move, Get Right Church, Big Fat Mama. This is just a fantastic comp. Folk blues, Mississippi Fred McDowell. That's a great record. Live, we're going to go with Blues at Newport. This is recorded live at the Newport Folk Festival 1963. It's got some fantastic performances. Dave Rump, John Hammond, Reverend Gary Davis, Mississippi John Hurt, John Lee Hooker, and of course, Sonny Terry Brownie McGee. This is killer stuff. And this is on the Vanguard label. Good stuff. Recorded live at the Newport Folk Festival 1963. All right, next up would be audiophile. I don't have an audiophile blues record. I just don't. So anyway, let's go ahead and show another blues comp. I do have a bunch of those. So this one is The Great Bluesman of Newport, to follow along in the same vein. But these were, this was recorded from 59 to 65. And this is all the aforementioned people, Son House, Sleepy John Estes, Doc Reese, Lightning Hopkins, Mississippi Fred McDowell, Skip James is on here, John Lee Hooker, Sonny and Brownie, Robert Pete Williams. But this is a fantastic comp as well. The Great Bluesman, also on Vanguard Records. This comp came out, I think, like 1976. Okay, next up, we've got, let's see, live. No, we did live. We did audio field. Blues rock. We're going Allman Brothers live at the Fillmore East. I mean, come on, man. It's blues and it's rock. Dwayne's lead slide guitar, man. I mean, but all of them are fantastic. Greg's organ and his vocals, and the band was just absolutely cooking at this point in their career. And you guys all know this record. That's them on the cover. That's their roadies on the back. When I was about 15 years old, I spent the summer with this guy, Mike Chapman. Kind of a Wolfman Jack, Delaney Bramley kind of character that was down in Florida. He had a gold Allman Brothers record hanging on the wall, but that was crazy. That was a good time though. So next up, first blues album I bought. Well, if you guys have seen my vinyl story video, you know I lost both of my first record collections. But the first one really wouldn't have had a whole lot of blues music in it, if any. It was mostly rock and psychedelic and prog rock and a little white boy jazz, that type of thing. The second collection, of course, which was a lot bigger, I had tons of blues records, and I can't really remember what the first one I bought was, but this would have probably been one of them. Jimmy Reed, this is Roots of the Blues. This is a fantastic comp as well. 2-record deluxe pack, but that's a great record, and I love Jimmy Reed. I think he's the bomb. The last thing was show a record from someone that I saw recently in concert, blues act in concert. I thought I had some of their CDs, and I don't have anything of theirs on vinyl, but I saw Tedeschi Trucks. Derek and Susan, my wife and I went to see them last year. They were absolutely fantastic. So that was a great show. And I think we also saw Buddy Guy last year. I've seen Buddy several times. That's always a great show. So yeah, good stuff, man. Blues Vinyl Tag 2024. Listen, I always forget to ask, and so I don't want to this time. If you like the content, if you like these videos, do me a favor and like and subscribe. And more importantly to me, I really, really, really enjoy the comments. I love it when people comment on a record that I have, or mention something that's like something that I talked about that I didn't have or don't have or didn't mention or whatever. So leave a comment. And then lastly, we are supposed to challenge someone to take up these tags, and I didn't do it on the Americana tag. I forgot. I don't want to forget this time. I'm going to send a challenge out to my boy Jason Hoop, who lives in Texas. He's an online pal, so to speak. Posts a lot of wonderful records on the Facebook group Now Playing. Jason, man, pick up a phone, make a video, show some records. You've got some great ones. The rest of everybody, guys, have a great day. Thanks for hanging again. Can't wait to see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.